playing it. Oh, dude, Drew's like halfway outside of the camera.
Here, I'll lean forward.
What do we pay this guy for? What do we?
You don't.
You make like
You don't.
thousands of dollars a month. All right,
I make $1 a month.
I make dollar. You pay. It's actually it works because you pay no money.
I think I pay you. I think I pay you a monster a week.
That's fair. Yeah, it's $5 a week for Jeffrey to be here. This is for people that are here on time usually, to where we could talk and not scramble.
Hey, were we scrambling?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little, well, I mean,
Eh.
when I say we, I mean like
Us too.
this guy. Are we
Okay,
recording
okay.
on
Not
Audacity?
yet, but I can start it now.
Oh.
We're gonna do a fresh intro because Jeffrey didn't hit a. Ready?
Yep.
Welcome everybody to a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Thursday night. We got flying saucers in the sky. We got remnants of Halley's Comet, and Jeffrey's forgetting to hit the record button over on YouTube. So we're on Audacity.
It's
whatever
just
called.
a regular old Thursday here.
What else is new? What else is new? Welcome everybody to Leave It at the Table. It has been a long time. It feels like definitely a long time since you've been here.
Good to be back.
It's good to have you back. We'll talk a little bit about your trip. I don't want to get too big into the weeds of it, though, because we have some important topics to talk about tonight.
Let's hit it.
Jeffrey says he's got a question for us.
Uh-oh.
He asked me about it a few days ago, and I screened the last few questions. I did not screen this one. He did give me a little bit of a hint. So before we get any further, Jeffrey, say what's up to the people and shout out some people that are in the comments.
All right, 1 second while we wait for this camera to.
This guy is
slowly
like
turn.
he's like on our ass before the show, and he's like nothing's ready on his side. All right, go ahead.
All right. So in the comments, we have Shelby Ham, Kyle McAlpin, and me.
And me.
That's how small our studio is.
And then we have Bo Green
me,
on
Bo,
Facebook.
me, Bo Green,
We have Kyle with the OG Green Monsters.
ADHD acres, by the way.
Man.
This is not the OG. This is Zero Sugar.
Still, drywall, hate to see that man coming.
Poor Bradley Gaskin. I was thinking
If you
about
know,
you,
you know.
wondering where you're at. Jumped in the truck, drive too fast.
That man can play a guitar. That man's got some pipes.
He's got absolute pipes on him, dude. If you are unfamiliar with Bradley Gaskin, I highly recommend you go check him out.
Yeah, definitely, because he is well worth the watch on YouTube, the watch in person, the listen on Spotify, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Where you find us, you can find Bradley Gaskin.
Watch us first, and then go find Bradley after the show.
Yeah, Big facts.
He's got a song called "Stronger Than You Think."
It'll get you through a hard day.
Yeah, it will. It will. That's one of them songs. It's not necessarily a sad song. Jeffrey did give me a little bit of a hint about what his question was going to be tonight. And he said, "Think of a sad song." So there's.
Oh, I got the saddest song of all time.
Oh, we're gonna. I have a feeling that we're gonna end up doing it together once it gets there. So.
Oh, well, I can't. It's a sad. Have I played you that song?
I don't know.
It's an old.
You play it.
It's an old country song.
Okay.
Oh, I can't play it. I play it
on your
my
phone. Okay, on
it's
your
it's an
cellular
old country song. It's terrible.
on your old cellular device.
Yeah, I can play it on there pretty quite well. Pretty quite well.
Well, it is good to have you back. Thank you to Danielle Guillory for filling in a couple weeks ago. Her and I had a great time, even though I was kind of coming through as a what did Dave Ham call it, through a
war zone mic,
like a war radio at the beginning, like I was about to hit the old generals gathered in their masses. But it was an eventful Thursday. Last week had a good week off. Next week is packed. We'll be here Wednesday next week. That'll be the 22nd. We'll be here the Wednesday after because, actually, tomorrow night's kind of your swan song with Mosley football for now.
It is.
For now. We
yeah.
don't know where the playoffs are going to take us. Mosley did secure a playoff spot.
Yes.
So they are back-to-back district champions.
What a crazy game, by the way.
Insane. Best game I've called.
Double OT?
No, just overtime.
Just OT.
But so Niceville opened with a 2-touchdown lead.
Ooh.
Mosley was up by 16 at half. Niceville fought back, tied it. Mosley won in overtime.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's heck of a.
Dude, dude. Best game easily that David and I have called. Best game this year by a long shot.
100%.
The Mosley Nicefield doesn't disappoint.
That's where it makes it easy for the guys calling it, because it's like you almost don't have to talk about anything extra. It's look at that. Wow, he made that play. Look at that. Look at that.
Dude, it was crazy. It was also windy as hell.
Yeah.
which was quite the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
It was because you like covered your mic too, so you're trying to. Because dude, I mean, it would gust. It was wild.
Yeah.
But it was fun, dude. It was a hell of a game, and shout out to the Mosley Dolphins and the Mosley Dolphin faithful, man. It was awesome. But I missed you. Hey, we didn't even like hug when you got here.
We hugged.
Kinda.
I was trying to see where you were seeing,
and
I was
looking
real
at the
close to
spirit
you.
in the sky.
I had my head on you. I would say on your shoulder, but I can't reach that high. It was more on like your titty.
Do we want to go to the one shot so we can show you two hugging?
You want a hug? We got 6 viewers.
That's great for our listeners.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are an audio. We are an audio podcast right now. So we are. We got to keep that in mind, Jeffrey.
We
What's
can
a
hug.
Stupid suggestion.
We can hug at a later date.
For those watching live, you'll get to see a kiss at the end of the show. So there's your perk to watching live.
Yeah, come back and see us.
Tongue
live.
action.
And if you haven't been watching, where you at?
Where the hell are you? Okay. This is going to be a clip, and I'm not going to pay to get this clip made. But Jeffrey, write down this timestamp because I'm going to clip this. Because I'm going to talk to the people that are in the Facebook group. How the hell are there 140 of you and like 120 subscribers on YouTube? And don't tell me you don't have YouTube.
And we're not asking for you to pay attention every week.
Oh, I'm not asking you to pay attention any week.
We just want people to watch at their leisure. We want people to subscribe, get numbers up. The more, you know how the social media works. The more numbers you have, the higher probability that random algorithm's going to pick you to show to somebody in Wisconsin, West Virginia,
Yeet.
some random state.
Yeet.
Help us get the word out.
Please, 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 please. And again, like he said, you don't have to watch. We don't even like. Truthfully, like obviously, the ultimate goal is to have people watching. But help us by right now. If you're watching this and you haven't hit the share button, that could go a long way. You never know who's gonna run into this, man. So
Yeah.
hit the share button and by God, subscribe on YouTube, man, because it's disheartening. And you know what? I thought about it today. While I was at the doctor's office, and I got a little sour, and I sat back because I'm trying to do this thing where I make sure that I'm like, is this something that I'm allowed to be salty about? And then I sat there for a minute, and I'm like, I think so. When you combined, we know more than 140 people.
Oh, yeah.
Like so, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we won't punch down from there. Support us. We do a good job. We share your shit. Share ours. Show us some love, man.
Bam.
Ugh.
Yeet. Yeah, what he said.
4 letters, 1 word.
Yeet.
Yeah. All right.
No, yeet.
Give us the give me the short, condensed lowdown of your trip to Greece, because I haven't heard anything about it.
It was an absolute blast. Actually met so we went to 2 different islands.
Well, okay, hold on. But before we get there, I gotta throw some shade. You know, this son of a bitch didn't even like take his leave it at the table shirt.
Really?
Like, didn't take it with him. Didn't wear it on the airplane. He didn't wear it on the airplane there because it was a Saturday. LSU was playing, whatever. Didn't wear it in Greece.
So I pulled the shirt
He
out.
wore his little liberal tops.
I pulled the shirt out, and that son of a gun was wrinkled to high heavens.
They don't do washers and dryers in Greece, so
No, not when you're moving from place to place. Yes, it
I'm
was
just
it was a blunder on my part. I agree. It was a blunder, and I apologize.
we're trying to build something.
It was a blunder. I missed it.
I'm getting Hebrew texts on my Podfest Facebook post, and Drew's not wearing his shit. Like,
What?
Okay. Anyway, put it back on Drew and keep going.
So we ended up going. I think it was not. I think I totaled it up 9 flights over. 7 flights over 9 days. It was absolutely lovely. If you've never flown overseas, I would highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun being able to just. I don't sit still well, as we've talked about from time to time. So the craziest part for me was being on the flight for 9+ hours and just sitting there. Thankfully, it was on a Saturday, so I was just watching. I started at 11 o'clock in the morning, leaving here, going to Atlanta. Started with the first games of the day. I was watching USC and Colorado. Watched them for a little bit. Then I turned on the 3:25 games. LSU played. Then I turned on the 8 o'clock game. It was Alabama Georgia. Watched that game. And about midway through Alabama Georgia, I started looking around and I'm like, okay, most of the people, we've already had dinner. Most of the people are starting to fall asleep. And the one word. The one word of advice that I got not one word, but the only piece of advice that really stuck with me from my bosses whenever we had talked about the travel is they were like, force yourself to sleep on the plane, because whenever you get there, you're going to want to hit the ground running, and you're not going to want to, your body's going to say, hey, I want to go to sleep, but it will mess you up even more if you get there and you go straight to sleep. So I turned my phone off. It was like 9-10 o'clock here, but it was getting to be overnight over there. So in my mind, I'm like, I need to go to sleep. So I turned off the game, put on my little eye mask that I got, had the whole neck rest, everything, and I'm sitting there and I tried for like an hour to fall asleep. Could not get comfortable. And I'm usually the guy, head hits the pillow, boom, I'm out. I could not get comfortable at all. So I end up, I think I was texting you, and I'm like, bro, I cannot fall asleep. This sucks. This is awful. I'm running off of, I guess I'm just going to run off of Red Bull and coffee tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. So we ended up making it. I never slept on the flight. Stayed up for probably maybe 15, 20 hours at that point. Made it the whole way through. Going from island to island.
We're still on the goddamn flight there, by the way. The short condensed version. We are still on the flight there.
We were able to go to a couple different islands, Paros and Milos. Lovely islands. The Paros.
I saw a video from Paros. It looked really nice.
Oh yeah, Paros was. Paros was a lot more of the traditional Greek island. What you see from there, they were more of the quaint little town, stuff like that. Where Milos was more of your beach area, more of the places more of the scenic beauty of Greece, and it was just rimmed out. It was so it was great how it all turned out, and then we ended up coming back. On the way back, we had a layover in Paris.
Interesting. A long layover, too.
It was like 5.5 hours. We had just enough time that we landed, called an Ubered to the Eiffel Tower, walked around the Eiffel Tower, took our pictures, had fun. Find out our flight, we thought we were only going to have like 30 minutes. Our flight was delayed by an hour.
Nice.
So we were like, okay, we need to be back to the Paris airport with 2 hours before, just because, number one, we've never been to that airport and we don't know internationally. We got to make sure we got everything.
You have to go back to TSA and all too.
Yeah. So, we had maybe like an hour to just walk around. We got some food at the Eiffel Tower. Like, it was a blast just being able to walk around, and then ended up making our flight back. But it was lovely how things ended up turning out, because we ran across a couple people along our trip that had so many problems with airlines losing their luggage, missing connecting flights because they didn't space them out in enough time. or a flight ran long and they weren't able to make it. We never ran into that problem until the way back. Like I said, our flight from Paris to Atlanta was delayed. So it got delayed, ended up being a full hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So our flight from Atlanta to PCB, we weren't going to make our connecting flight. So the next best thing that they could get us was Atlanta to Destin, Fort Walton, VPS, I believe it is. Yeah, VPS.
Yeah. Valparaiso, yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up flying there. Father-in-law came and picked us up and drove us home. I don't remember the flight back. I don't remember the flight from Atlanta because I stayed up stayed up the whole flight from Paris to Atlanta. Couldn't fall asleep. I'm sitting in the middle seat from Atlanta to VPS, and I load up a video. It's like an hour and a half video, and I'm watching it. 10 minutes. My wife said 10 minutes in.
Goner.
I wake up, and it's time to get up. Like, we've landed, everything's happened, we move on. It's just wild. And then we get in the car with my father-in-law. I think I held like a 10-minute conversation with him, pass out.
Nice.
I kept waking up, and I'm like, I should probably continue this conversation. And then I'm like, I'm going to sleep.
That was basically me when we were driving back to Nashville from Cincinnati.
I
got you, Drew.
I knew. But it was like, because we had tallied it up, the time frame coming back from Greece, we had our flight leaving Greece left the airport at like 6:30 in the morning. So we had to have our taxi pick us up at 3:45 a.m. Greece time.
Oh.
So then we flew, did all that, blah, blah, blah. 24 hours after we had walked down the steps to get to our Uber to take us to the airport in Greece, we were walking down the runway, boarding the flight to VPS from Atlanta. We were 24 hours later, which was like 9 o'clock this time, but it was 24 hours for us because of the time difference and all that. It was just wild. I'm walking down that runway and I'm going, I cannot wait to get in my bed. Cannot wait to get in my bed.
Did you take a buffer day off when you got back?
No. We got back on Sunday. I was back at work. Honestly, never felt any kind of jet lag, nothing. Michaela did. I never did. It was weird. I woke up the next day and was ready to go.
That's a good thing about a get up and go kind of job is that you really don't get a chance to feel that, I guess. Like, I feel like at a desk job, bro, like if I don't get a good night of sleep the night before, like I go into work and I'm absolutely just
For me, I don't have a choice. So what are they saying? Because I can't read a damn thing.
Check in, Jeffrey. Check in.
So, Kyle McAlpin telling you #land the plane, Drew.
Thank you to everybody that shared, by the way. And if you're watching right now, do that again.
If y'all don't like my stories, keep watching.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
If you don't like my stories, keep watching. They'll get better.
David Ham, I hope Drew doesn't keep a journal. Would need a new one every day, Drew.
Verbal journal, baby. Y'all are my journal.
And then he also said,
like that.
can
Y'all
see
are
the
my journal.
ADHD pain in Kyle's eyes trying to stay attentive to this story.
That's why we went to one camera there for a minute. I don't even remember what country he went to.
Adam Goff, what's up, boys? Love y'all.
Hey, G, I'm sure he's already gone, but love you. Thanks for checking in. I asked for 5 to 10 minutes of everybody's time, and it just fluctuates. All right, so one of the topics I wanted to talk about tonight it's something that I just kind of thought of organically earlier this week because I'm kind of going through a little bit of a mental rut, and a lot of it is at work. You know me. I'm just like you and I are kind of the same. Like we're people. We love people. Mm-hmm. We like to connect with people. We like to talk with people. We like to just create relationships and especially at work. And I'm coming from the restaurant industry, and I'm high energy. I like to say what's up to everybody every day. When I would walk into the restaurant, it was always like you high five everybody. Everyone's there. You talk to some of them for a minute, and then hey, you go to your station and get it ready, and then you kind of like just communicate all throughout the night. And the job I'm at right now, there is not a lot of that.
You walk in, you go to your desk, you sit, and you do work.
If it was not for Tyler Spalding, I would not have talked to anybody outside of my scope today.
Wild.
Like, and it's not a negative annotation of the people I work with. It's just, it's the kind of place where you really do kind of work for yourself. Like, you're gonna get rewarded off what you do, like off your performance, because your reward comes from you, nobody else. That's just the way it is. So people lock in, and there's just not a whole lot of there's not really a whole lot of camaraderie. I'll just say it like that. And that's, again, I think that when you say something like that, it comes off almost negatively, but that's not the way that I mean it whatsoever. It's not a negative take on the job itself. It's just for me, it's a tough adjustment. So I started to think, like, being a people person, being an extrovert, being like so outgoing and wanting to make those connections, that is a trait of mine that I think is a big time strength and a big time weakness. And it's exactly that. How's it a weakness? Because, like, when I'm not making a relationship with people, especially the people that I spend 40 hours a week with, I kind of feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Bottled up.
Like I'm bottled up. I feel like almost uncomfortable. And dude, I've got some people there that I have, like, obviously Tyler Spalding, Ben Maxwell, my boss. I don't know if he would want me to say his name out there, but
Fully
he's dope,
doxed
dude.
him.
Jenna and Deanna downstairs, they're awesome. Tiffany's cool,
Yeah.
but like, it's like, as far as like the people that work upstairs with us, like if Tyler Spalding's not at work, and shout out to him, I love the guy to death. But if he's not at work or if he's doing something, bro, I got like nobody. It's weird.
I get that, because so you know what I do. I'm an installer, do window treatments, and I, as you said, we're cut from the same cloth in that effect. So whenever it comes down to it, like, I go out and I'm the only person on these job sites that go and install stuff. So from time to time, the only people I have a chance to talk to are the homeowners or the renters or stuff like that. So, and from time to time, people are just, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because I want to talk to somebody, and sometimes I get myself in trouble because I'm casually chit-chatting with the homeowner whenever I'm supposed to be working, but also they're going to ask a whole bunch of, sometimes they'll ask a whole bunch of questions, and I'm like, I don't have the answer for you. I'm just the guy who puts it up. I can't tell you what fabric is best. Like, I'm just here to install it. They told me you wanted this shade in this window. That's all I'm doing. And then whenever I get back to, the ladies and the people who work in the office, they're around each other all day, so they talk all the time. Like, I went back to turn in paperwork this afternoon, and I'm writing, like, my notes from the day on one of the work orders, and they start laughing, and I looked up and I was like, what's going on? They're like, sorry, we've just given up on today. Like, it's just been a rough day, and we're just laughing through it. And I'm like, okay, well, what was said? Like, I want to laugh. Like,
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, don't worry about it. And I'm like, well, I okay, all right, well, have a great day, and then walked off. But it was just like, I say that saying I get where you're coming from.
I did not shout this out at the beginning of the episode, and I feel like kind of a piece of shit for it. We got a baby. We got to leave it at the table, baby.
I wasn't gonna say anything because I didn't know. I was gonna leave that for you. That wasn't my. I'm the Funkle, but that's not my news to.
Shelby, send me a picture on Facebook Messenger real quick of the baby, and Jeffrey he could pull it up over there and do a little screen grab, for our video.
That thing's toot.
For everyone watching live, if you're listening on the audio form, you're not gonna get to see this picture, but Shelby she'll send it over. But she's beautiful. I got to meet her last weekend. Drew wants to come meet her, by the way.
Yeah, let me get feeling better, and I will definitely be out there.
No, the baby needs to get COVID early.
Oh, you got to hit it now.
He doesn't have COVID, by the way. He's not.
No, do not have COVID.
We're just kidding. But
hey, drink the bath water.
It's fine.
I'm okay. I took Tylenol, not a sponsor, before this.
Ooh. If you take Tylenol while you're autistic, do you get pregnant?
Interesting thought.
Just saying, dude. What does Danielle and I were talking about, like, does ibuprofen cause anxiety? Because I take a lot of ibuprofen, bro.
Are you ready for the screen grab?
Oh, yeah, go for it. Like,
All right.
let's look at the
That was
baby.
fast.
Look at the baby. She's got pictures of the baby.
We only got half a baby, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
We haven't edited the. Oh,
that's Jeffrey's fault.
Well, we only have half a producer, huh?
Half a producer.
let's see if
Well, there's half of Sylvie, folks. For those of you that, what in the hell? There we go.
Grandpa.
There we go. There's a baby.
He knows what he's doing.
If
We
you're
just got to
watching-
let him cook.
If you're watching live, look at this.
That's beautiful. If you're not watching live, if you're listening to us later, Kyle has these plastered all over his page. I believe I've also shared a couple as
All right,
well.
take her down, Jeffrey. Don't freaking stare at her. That's weird, bro. Come on.
So were you finished with your story about one trait?
Yeah.
Did you have any more that you wanted to
I-
expound upon that?
I just, because I want to hear what you guys think. And I mean, we had a lot of comments, and I don't have them pulled up, but a lot of people said their kindness.
Yep.
Because kindness,
Heart.
that is a big one. Because people take kindness for weakness a lot. And I've already kind of made a video on TikTok going deeper into mine. I can't see who the hell's comment that
that's
is.
Rachel.
Okay. Dude, that is like just straight blue right
I can
here.
just barely read it.
I mean, that is it. That is just the worst color. And by the way, Seminole fan 45, I'm assuming is Tyler Spalding. A certain old lady from West Virginia is feeling challenged by that performance. I had an hour and a half conversation with one of our clients that lives in West Virginia. An hour and a half. And an hour of it happened organically. And at a certain point, I was like, I had Tyler and Ben like just dying laughing. And I'm like, fuck it, dude. Let's see if I can get her for an extra 30 minutes. So I just started asking her questions about like where she's from in West Virginia and stuff. So I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. One trait that you possess that you believe is a major strength and a major weakness of yours, and why?
So the easy answer for me would be people pleaser.
Yeah,
But but I think it goes a little bit deeper for me personally. And I think I've referenced it on the show. I've referenced it in conversation with you personally, but I think it's my ability to be a chameleon. Because in certain situations, I know enough about a lot of things that I can carry a conversation with literally anybody. And it's nice because, like you said, we're people that we can make connections. We can talk. We can joke. We can have fun. We can also feel I have that burning desire that I want people to like me. That's the people pleaser. And it definitely is a good thing in some instances, but also on the flip side, and Michaela and I actually had a conversation about this at dinner last night, and she actually said she was the one who brought up me being a chameleon, and it's because in a lot of instances there are a lot of times that I don't even know my true identity, my true self, and looking at everything, thinking about everything, it just comes down to a point where me mentally, after she said that, I started thinking about it, and I'm like, at the end of the day, there are very few people on this earth that actually know me, because I put on so many different faces in so many different. I don't want to be my true self around certain people because I don't think that they're gonna like this part of me, so I'm gonna cancel that part out and only be this portion, and that can be a detriment, because there are a lot of times that there's so few people that actually know me.
Right. You feel like
I feel like I can be myself around.
That's such a funny part of it, because, well, same. I actually, in the TikTok, I go into much deeper detail. It's very similar to that. You can't, like, you feel like you can, but you feel like you can't.
Exactly.
And it's a feeling that you put into your own head. And what else on the negative side of it? And I know I'm like kind of jumping into your time here, but like another thing on the negative side of it is you feel like you force yourself to get attached to like people.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing until something happens where obviously like there's, obviously we had something happen to a good friend of ours. And it just sets you up for disappointment more because you want to believe in people. You want to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you often end up finding yourself being heartbroken more often than not.
And there was I do want to shout out somebody real quick. It was Lawrence McCall.
Shout out Larry. We're just average though.
Yeah.
My wife says I'm above average. So
my wife says I have a good personality. So
she says I'm very funny, whatever that means.
But yeah, I do want to shout out Larry because he's one of those guys that I can truly be myself around because he's little things.
I'm one of those guys, right, Drew?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, thank Christ.
Little things.
You and Larry's podcast.
Like he's definitely shown me little. You know how we had talked about the other day about how I showed up for whenever Ezra was born, saw him in the hospital, made sure everything was cool with the family, did all that, and you were like, that's one of the little things that shows me that you really are my best friend, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's done little things here and there. He was the only person out of a group chat that everyone knew what happened, but he was the only person who reached out about my grandfather. He's been the only person who reached out and basically not necessarily held my hand, but the friend that you were referencing a little bit ago, he reached out and basically made sure I was okay when he was going through the same stuff as well. But he was checking on me to make sure I was okay.
Right.
And after he had reached out to me, and he's basically been reaching out to me every so often, but he had reached out a while back before we went to Arkansas, and I basically said, I was like, I truly appreciate the friend that you have been. Like, I there aren't many people besides that friend and Michaela that actually know me, and knowing that I have somebody like that, and it's definitely reassuring for me. And he said it's not just softball. I love you. I want you to know that I'm here for you on the field as well as off the field. It's not just softball. And that touched me because
he's organic, man.
Exactly, because there's not that many people like that in this world that you can truly call on at any given time, and they're going to be there.
Especially in this city.
Exactly, and I've got a couple of those guys, and I'm not lacking in that department, and I'm happy to say that I'm not.
Well, so what are the strengths of that, though, of being a people pleaser?
You're able to make friends easy, because I've seen firsthand how hard it is for my wife to make friends. She literally downloaded Bumble BFF and had to go through a BFF app to find friends. She couldn't, it wasn't, now it's gotten easier because I kept telling her, you got to get a hobby. You got to get something outside of work, because she would leave work and go home and start on her own business. Driven woman. I love her to death, but you got to get some hobbies.
You have to. You
got to have something outside of work. But now that she's doing silks, she's meeting friends. She's hanging out with people more often. She has more people in her life that she can hang out with. But from my perspective, I could go to a bar or a restaurant and start talking to the waiter or waitress, or start talking to some guy next to me because he ordered the same thing I ordered, and we could be best friends by the end of it. So I've seen it happen firsthand.
Yeah.
And so from my perspective, the strengths of it, and like I said, with being a chameleon, I'm able to talk to literally anybody, and it helps me in my job because, like I said, I don't really talk to many people except for homeowners. So I'm ready there. I'm always there, and the customer service side of me, I can smooth things over. I can talk my way out of anything. I'm smoothing things over with the homeowner, like, oh, we'll take care of that. Yes, ma'am. I'll make sure it gets taken care of. Yes, sir. That's how it's supposed to look. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. This and that. I can smooth things over. So it helps me in that essence, and it's just it just makes things so much easier from that perspective, and not necessarily the people pleaser side of it, but more of the chameleon side, because I can talk to anybody about anything.
I feel like one of the things about it that I mentioned once again, it's all in the TikTok, folks. Is that like we're content people, right?
Yeah.
So we need so part of mine is that like I have this desire to be wanted. I have this desire to be liked. And I like affirmations as well. I like people to tell me, that they're fond of me, if that makes sense. I
Told you that this morning.
Right. Well, exactly. Like I like people to tell me, hey, I love you and stuff like that. And in our world where we do this, and I've got the Know It All podcast, and we've got there's much more that's going to happen eventually. You need people to like you. You need people to want to see your stuff, and it's just kind of part of the game, really. Jeffrey, how about you? Because I feel like you've been sitting idle over there for a little bit. So what's a trait that Jeffrey Cooper carries that is a strength and a weakness?
I'm gonna say my ADHD.
That's actually a really fucking good one. That is fantastic.
I got a book you could read. My father-in-law wrote it, and he has ADHD. It's literally about living with ADHD.
I'm gonna say the strength is being able to just randomly focus on one thing and not stop focusing on that one thing until it is completely done. Like, say we're cleaning out the closet in here, and I focus in on that.
Next Sunday, baby. Or no, well, not next Sunday, but eventually.
That is all I'm going to focus on, other than, if I have to use a bathroom or something like that. But locking in on that and getting it done.
I'm glad you can do that. Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it's a weakness because there will be just times where I zone out and just don't know what to do. Like, I'll sometimes, even during the show, I'll sometimes find myself staring off into space over at Drew or Kyle or at the
That's wild
our
to
sign
admit.
over there.
That's wild to admit on the show.
yeah. Shit, dude. Hey, it happens. I got to tell you, man, shout out to my doctor for putting me on this on this medication that it's an appetite suppressant, but it has positive ADHD side effects. Because this is the first year where I've been locked in on every single play for Mosley. Because last year there would be times where there would be a big play and I'd be in, and then I'd see a ladybug, and Dave would be like, "What'd you see there, Kyle?" I'm like, "Well, it had black dots." And it was just a good play.
That was a great play.
You look at the down marker, and it's like, well, Dave, it's just like a 3-yard game, man. You gotta do more. You gotta do better than that, or something like that. And this year I've been locked in, so it's hyper fixated, hyper focused.
Oh, that's why y'all are. That's why y'all are no longer on the 4-letter word.
It is a beautiful, beautiful curse.
4-letter acronym.
4-letter, yeah.
Yeah.
Not 4-letter word.
4-letter word is. All right, Jeffrey, you had a question for us this week.
Yeah,
And I think we're gonna do this every week, right? Is this gonna be a weekly tradition?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I'm going to address this one to everyone, viewers included. What is one song that chokes you up, makes you teary-eyed every time you hear it?
Oh boy, this one can get kind of tough.
Whiskey Lullaby.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's what I said earlier. That's where I thought we were going. Yeah, she put 'em out like the burning end of a midnight cigarette.
I can't sing right now.
She broke his heart. All right, well, I thought we were gonna get going there. You don't know that one?
I do not.
You don't know Whiskey Lullaby?
My
not.
God.
La 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 la.
Oh, I do.
la,
Yep.
la. Yeah, dude. You know Whiskey Lullaby.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one that Brad has.
While you're looking that up, since my my grandparents passed, I was tasked with making the slideshow for both of them, and there's a couple of songs that I put in those that I can't listen to anymore. To be honest with you, for my ninny, my grandma, it was "Brave" by Skillet. That song is it's powerful, man. It is just kind of talks about, you know, being brave through the trials and tribulations of life, and it was perfect for her because she had, I mean, kidney failure, all kinds of shit, man. She had just, it'd be easier to tell you what she didn't have at the end of her life.
Yeah.
And she's always happy. She was always freaking happy until her, like, she was cracking jokes on her deathbed, bro. It was the most insane thing. So Brave by Skillet for her. And then for my grandpa, my papa, which, I mean, fuck. Talking about him kind of fucking sucks sometimes. For him, Still a Soldier by Trace Adkins always comes around. You know, I mean, he was a vet. He was the reason I joined the military. Every time that damn song plays, and the one that fucks me up the most, bro, like, damn you, by the way, the one that I Drive Your Truck by Lee Brice.
Yeah,
it was perfect. It was freaking perfect. And then some drunk piece of shit, man. I mean, dog tags hanging in the rear view, like everything about that song. If you've never heard that song, go listen to it. Not around me, but go listen to it, because if you knew like how much that damn motherfucking truck. Put it on, Drew.
So the song that I was thinking about earlier was When I Get Where I'm Going. Brad Paisley and Dolly Parton. And it's very specific towards the right in the middle, where he basically says, I'm going to walk with my granddaddy, and he'll match me step for step. And both times, most recently, my grandfather passed on my dad's side. And back in 2011, my grandfather on my mom's side passed. And that's when the song really took its true meaning for me mentally. But both of my grandfathers, as they passed, were both in hospice. Both couldn't leave their bed. Both couldn't walk. And it got to a point where they were both very active people. And it was hard seeing them trapped in their beds. And just the literal words of the song, I'm going to walk with my grandfather, my granddaddy, and he'll match me step for step. That what I wouldn't give for a walk around the block with my grandfather, to go out with my pawpaw and him throw me a little underhand BP. What I wouldn't give to go walk to feed the chickens or get eggs with my nandad.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man. Thanks a lot.
Told you it was gonna be deep.
There, to come full circle to Bradley Gaskin. Well, we got to do a VIP show before that concert in Nashville, and he did the cover of "Don't Close Your Eyes" by Keith Whitley. And so obviously that song is powerful enough, but we got to hear Bradley Gaskin sing that song in a mostly empty Ryman Auditorium.
Us and our wives were 4 of probably 15 people.
Yeah, I was going to say 15 to 20 max. And it wasn't into a microphone. It was all acoustic, and it was echoing throughout the auditorium.
Oh, it was.
And it would be damn hard for me to try to think of a more powerful music moment in my life than that right there. Just like because of where we were, because of the song, and just the delivery, man. What a freaking that song's tough too.
It was the prototypical country moment.
I wish he would put out a cover of that.
Yes.
Like a recorded
an
cover.
Acoustic version.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Obviously, but
Jeffrey. I know. I mean, you specifically asking that. I have
Yeah.
to assume that you've got something.
So I'm gonna say "Beyond the Pines" by Thrice. It's not a really well-known song, but it's
What's it called?
"Beyond the Pines" by Thrice.
THRICE?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to look it up.
It's a slower song. The first 2 minutes, the band singing along, playing their instruments, and whatnot, and then the last couple minutes, is just silent, just to give you time to think. And when I first found that song, I want to say I was going into my senior year, so about 2 years ago now. I found it then and listened to it, every now and then. But I feel like it's one of those few songs that can choke me up. And that's going to be my pick for that.
I can't find it on Spotify.
I'll share it to you.
Okay. Send it to me whenever we can. I'll listen to it when we get off. Yeah, that's tough, dude. That's a really good question, by the way. I know I gave you some shit, but I mean it. Like that's a good, like, kind of makes you kind of dig deep within yourself. Traveling Soldier, your mom Jenny said, that's a damn good song. Kyle McAlpin, I Drive Your Truck. I think that's Rachel up there that with the one I can't read.
I Can Only Imagine.
Dude. That's a good one.
Little story on that one. There was back whenever we lived in Louisiana, there was a family that was traveling that we all went to school with. It was a girl who was in one of Dawson's classes that they weren't close, but they were friends. And they would she was along the same last name as us. So, in school, very early on, I think in like kindergarten, you get paired up by last name a lot. Alphabetically, that's what it's called. Well, the family was traveling, and they ended up getting hit, and the girl, the youngest daughter, who was sitting in the middle seat, ended up dying in the car accident. And so for her funeral, everybody, they took the whole school, put them in school buses, brought them to the church, and we went to her funeral. And that was the song that the choir was singing, and every time I hear it, that's my memory. I can't unremember that. And I didn't even know her, and it was still so powerful to me.
Something about Amazing Grace is kind of right there in that same light. Man, it's deep.
Yeah,
it's deep.
There's another Skillet song. It's not for me, but I know there's an audience that it might hit more for.
Lucy. I knew that's where, dude. That
it's
song,
it doesn't. I love it because it's like a slower Skillet song. I love his voice in it. It's great. I love the words. I love the story behind it. If you can tell a story in a song, I love your song to begin with.
Yeah.
I love it. And the story that he tells is a very, very good story. But
it's a couple that loses their baby.
It's
Yeah.
So obviously not for me. Doesn't choke me up like that, but it definitely hits hard.
I know that song's tough for my mom because they lost a baby. Like my older sister Kayla, Pat, like she carried her, and she passed away after 2 days.
Wow.
And dude, Lucy is that song is tough. Mm-hmm. It's good. I don't know if you've ever heard Lucy by Skillet. That's a good one too.
I may have once.
It's wild.
It's powerful. But all right, we're gonna end this show with gratitude. Gratitude is something that we wanted to start showing a little bit more often here. Because a lot of the time we as human beings tend to focus on the things that we don't have in life. So instead, we're going to end every episode each week with naming something in our lives that we are grateful for, whether that be something that has happened in the last 7 days since our last show or just something overall. So, Jeffrey, I'm actually going to alley-oop it to you first tonight.
You start with me. this kind of rough one. Just
The-
blank.
this
Just
damn
blank.
most depressing episode
yeah.
of Leave It at the Table ever.
I'm gonna have to say for my parents, just
Okay.
Oh,
because I know some people don't have.
Kissing ass just in case we got to move back in, Alan.
Some people don't have, good parents that they can rely on, go to, and talk to about anything.
yeah.
And I'm glad that I have parents that I can go and talk to about almost anything, if not anything. So,
That's real, by the
Yeah.
way, and I'm really happy to hear you say that.
yeah.
You're. I mean, I know sometimes like it gets lost, bro, but like you're blessed because your mom and your dad having a good relationship, not being together, like
Yeah.
buddy, that shit is rare. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like truthfully, truly, like that, like so. And you got a great stepdad.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like, Aaron's dope. So you're blessed. So I'm happy
Oh,
to
yeah.
hear you say that.
For me, my gratitude with how everything's played out over the last month or so is to my wife, to Michaela, because at the end of the day, she was ready to go at the drop of a hat. Whenever we got the news about my grandfather, we were already planning on going to Tennessee for the Tyler Childers concert, but things changed and she didn't blink an eye. She said, "Okay, well, let's sell the tickets, let's get what we can from it, and we'll move on."
My mom just said she's never heard Lucy.
So it's one of those where we
I'm about to send it to her.
she was just happy to make sure I was okay. And even still coming back and not feeling well, she's just been there to take care of me and make sure that the wheels keep on rolling. So, Kyle, gratitude for you, sir.
I said there at the beginning, well, not the beginning, there in the middle.
Or was it the end?
Or was it the end? It was somewhere between the beginning and end of this episode tonight. I've been talking a lot about the relationships that I'm struggling to create. And so what I have been able to do is find solitude and, of course, gratitude in the people that are there and the people that I know I can rely on. And just to on the professional side, once again, Tyler Spalding, he's there. It's great to have him there. Because once again, if he's not there, I'd feel like I'm alone. So grateful for him on that side. And on the personal side, just the friends that I know I could call you. Like I know I can call Scott. I know I've got Mitchell. And I'm just so very, very thankful to have the friends that I can talk to about my stuff, about my problems that aren't going to try to fix them. Sometimes you don't want anybody to try to fix your shit, man. You just want somebody to shut up and listen. And I'm just extreme. I'm just happy that I have people in my life like that because I haven't always had that. And a lot of that's my fault. But I love you, dude. Truthfully, I don't know if I say that enough, but from the bottom of my heart, I'm extremely grateful for you, and of course for my other brothers. But
Love you too, man.
it's just especially now that you're it's kind of a weird way to say this, but by the way, maybe open your ears for this part because you're kind of a part of this show now, and it's almost in a
Oh, don't say what I think you're about
I'm gonna
to say.
cry. It's gonna sound like I'm basically it's almost like it seems like at this point it's a damn you're the last remaining piece, so I'd maybe
Wrap yourself in bubble wrap.
wrap yourself in bubble wrap and call your grandparents after this show
Yeah.
tonight. But what I mean by that is we've felt what the other person's going through in a way. It's I've been where you're at, and now you see where I was, and it gives us that. And obviously, they're completely different situations. Yours are a lot closer together than mine were, Mine was on my grandpa's birthday, by the way,
Wow.
September 19th, like my knee injury. I didn't put those two and two together, but I did tell Drew to maybe stay off 231 for a little while.
Yeah.
No, but it's just maybe it's just me, but I'm just really happy to. I don't utilize those resources a lot, but it's nice to know that I could.
Yeah.
So I love you.
Me too.
Are you crying, or you just want me to shut the fuck up? Maybe a little bit of both.
Hey, land the plane, sir.
I mean, we are missing the Unk Bowl, by the way. I mean,
Hey, is it 1,000 to 1,000?
let's see, dude.
Because
What's the
neither
score?
one have defenses.
The Steelers are up 7-0.
Oh, good Lord.
Aaron Rodgers is absolutely snapping.
I need Jamar Chase to kick it up a notch.
You would think that with
And Chase Brown.
with an elite running or quarterback like Aaron Rodgers or Joe Flacco, Jamar would snap.
Why would they not go get Jameis? But that's another story for another day. But
That would feed families.
at the oh hell yeah. At the end of the day, Jamar's gonna put up numbers regardless. We've seen it in past. He put up numbers with Jake Browning, and we saw with that.
Why does the perfect thing never happen in sports?
You know the wildest part? There's so much parity. Bengals haven't won a game since week 2, but they're still in second place.
It's wild, dude. Because I mean, the Ravens are terrible because Lamar has a heart of glass and and skin made of fiberglass. The Steelers, I still think I think they're best team in the division, but they're not like good.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Browns, who have the best defense in the NFL.
Who are the Browns?
But they're still the Browns, which is crazy. If the Browns had any kind of offense, they'd be the best team in the league because their defense is nasty.
Yeah.
Your boy Grant Delpit's he's a dog.
Why old?
Yeah. But the perfect thing just never happens in sports, dude. Jameis to the Bengals would
Made
have
so much sense.
Dude, it would have been beautiful. He would have, I mean, we're talking like 350 yards a game, 3 touchdowns, and probably 3 picks, if we're being real. But damn, it'll be entertaining.
Oh, I paid to see TV.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Absolutely. Or at least, like, if you're the Giants, be like, hey, what you think about Russ? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, because Russ throwing to those guys will be a lot better than Flacco.
Hoarding 3 of them.
Yeah. And Dart's your guy. So you kind of just pick which one you want to have as his backup and get some trade bait. The Giants are a weird organization, man. Meanwhile, Danny Dimes is putting up MVP numbers.
Colts are the best team in the NFL, but everyone's too scared to say it.
2025 is weird, bro. Like, we're gonna have one of those years. Somebody put it up the other day where it was like Keenum versus Foles in the NFC, and it was Brady versus Gabbert.
Bortles.
Bortles, yeah, Brady versus Bortles for the AFC title.
Yep.
Like, we're gonna have one of those years.
It's gonna be some wild.
It's gonna be Rodgers somehow. It will be the old veteran, so it'll be like the Steelers against the Colts. So it'll be like Rodgers and Daniel Jones on one side, and then you'll have the 2 young NFC guys on the other side. It'll be like Michael Penix and
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, exactly.
Wild.
What a weird year this is so far in the NFL. What a weird year in college football.
But hey, it makes football better.
It does. It almost, and sometimes worse for rooting interests, but
It plays into what we talked about. It's a blessing and a curse. Parody.
yeah, it is. It is. A blessing and a curse. The Leave It at the Table slogan for the next T-shirt round. A blessing and a curse. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched, thank you so much for listening. If you were here in podcast form, we appreciate it. We're going to be back next week on Wednesday because Jeffrey and I have I have Mosley games the next 2 Thursdays, and we just didn't want to do shows without the 3 of us anymore for a while, at least until close to Thanksgiving. So, of course, we'll post a lot about that on social media. But if you're listening in podcast form, first of all, leave us a 5-star review.
Thank you.
And come find us live. Come find us live on YouTube. We're live every it'll be Wednesdays the next 2 weeks, but usually every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Come check us out. And Drew's wearing the PP lamp on his head.
The PP lamp hat.
The PP lamp hat. And so there you go. If you're an audio listener, you're missing the PP hat on Drew's head. So, All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Appreciate it.